It's Victory Monday again, ladies and gentlemen, as the Washington football team has won their second consecutive game as they beat the Carolina Panthers 27-21 yesterday and spoiled Cam Newton's homecoming. In this performance, the Washington football team's offense was excellent, led by Taylor Heinicke, as they dominated the number 2 ranked defense in the whole entire National Football League. Let's talk more about it.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Like a crossface, it's a dark place I roam. Ain't no right way, just the wrong way, I know. I problem solve with styrofoam. My world revolves around a black hole. The same black hole.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juangottiwft here with another Washington football team video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here to talk about how the Washington football team straight up dominated the number 2 ranked defense in the Carolina Panthers. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington football team. Let's get straight into today's video. Washington football team's offense was off the chain again. Carolina's defense came into this game ranked number 2 in the whole entire National Football League, number 2 passing defense and number 12 rushing defense, and you would not have known that if you saw what we did to them boys yesterday. The Washington football team finished this game on the ground for 191 yards, and Taylor Heinicke threw for over 206 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Terry McLaurin had 1, Cam Sims had 1, and also DeAndre Carter. Terry McLaurin, 103 yards on the day. He was dominating and torching Dante Jackson's tail the whole entire game. That's a wide receiver 1. Everyone that still says he's not a top wide receiver in this league, you are crazy. We need to pay this man this offseason. He deserves every single penny that he is going to get this offseason. It needs to be done. You don't allow a player, you don't allow your face of the franchise to go into your 4th contract with no extension. That's just not what you do. If you know you have a dog and you have a player that you want to be here for the remainder of his career, like Terry, you pay him in his 3rd season, and he deserves every single penny. Taylor Heinicke, oh my God, man. Oh my God. For the 2nd consecutive week, he has played so well. You know the most impressive thing about Taylor Heinicke? He has not turned over the ball. He didn't turn over the ball at all yesterday. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. The only, I guess, problem with Taylor Heinicke is that he takes a sack, and, we scream at him, just throw it away. But I would very much rather take a sack than for him to force it and, get an interception and turnover, because that can give the Panthers momentum. For an example, like yesterday, where Hassan Reddick and Brian Burns, they got attacked and it kind of gave them momentum. But I would much rather have that than an interception that could just change the whole game. So my most impressive thing from Taylor Heinicke was that he continues to take care of the ball. That is what I want from him the most. The great plays down the field, him using his legs, that's all exciting. But if he continues to take care of this ball and move the chains, man, I'm telling you, bro, he could be this Washington football team starting quarterback for the near future. Now, again, he still has a lot to prove. This still isn't going to stop Washington from drafting a quarterback, and nor should it. But if Taylor Heinicke leads us to the playoffs, and again, I don't want to use playoffs because we got to take it one game at a time. But if Washington and Taylor Heinicke get to the playoffs on the shoulder of Taylor Heinicke, he's your guy. And it's looking like that right now. The past 2 weeks has been so fun to watch this man. Again, all of the running around, the John Bates play, taking a hit and still delivering a strike. Beautiful pass to Terry McLaurin across the middle, one up the field when he burnt Dante Jackson, and obviously the touchdown pass, and then the one that he caught that he just threw up a prayer and Terry went up and bagged him, and then the one to DeAndre Carter, and then the one to Cam. It's just so fun to watch Taylor Heinicke play, man. As a fan, I haven't been this excited probably since, last year's run. And even so, last year's run was fun, but this year's, it's starting to be a little more fun. Now, honestly, we got to win more games. Since last year, we went 5-2 down the stretch. But the reason why it makes it this one so much more fun, not because the defense is doing well, but because last year's, the offense was riding the defense back. This year it's like it's 50-50. The defense is doing its job and the offense is doing its job. Now last year, Alex Smith, they did enough. They did enough, you know what I'm saying? But if Alex Smith was the quarterback of this team, I don't think we win the last 2 games, right? Because last 2 games, Taylor Heinicke had to make some gutsy plays, and boy, did he ever do it. You know what I'm saying? Alex Smith doesn't take that shot down to Terry McLaurin. He doesn't just throw it up to Terry and let him go get it. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's a recipe for success because it's Terry, but he doesn't do that. He doesn't stretch the field. Taylor Heinicke does. Although he doesn't have the strongest arm in the world, he's still not afraid to let that thing fly. So I'm just more excited about this win streak. And obviously we only won 2. We still gotta win 3 more to even tie 4 more to be better than last year. But I'm just more excited about this win streak because it's more exciting because the offense is finally contributing and the defense is holding up their end of the bargain. It's so fun, man. But let's move on to the rushing attack. Now, Antonio Gibson, he fumbled earlier in this game in the first quarter, and he's practically got benched, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. We have young guys out there, JD and Jared Patterson, that can run hard and that can protect the ball. I agreed with Ron Rivera with benching. I'm teaching him a lesson. You know what I'm saying? You got to hold on to the ball. This is Antonio Gibson's biggest problem is he's prone to fumble the ball. And when he got back into this game, it was a whole different man. It was a whole different man. He finished the day with about 95 yards. He was just shy of 5 yards. And again, this is the number 12 ranked run defense, and we were allowed to rush for 191 yards, man. 191 yards. Don't forget my boy Jared Patterson, man. I wanted him to get a touchdown so bad because you guys know that is my boy, man. I love Jared Patterson, hometown hero, just like Chase Young. Man, it was so fun to see his snaps, increase. And obviously it was due to Gibson, being out and being benched. But, man, it's so fun to watch Jared Patterson run, man. I really hope he breaks one this year, man. I'm going to be so happy for him if he does. And how about my boy JD? He's dealing with a foot injury. Hopefully that's not too bad. But he was phenomenal yesterday, too. Hitting the outside, cutting up, and then bursting this, down the sideline, running up the middle, having some solid runs up the middle, converting on third down, third and shorts. Everyone just contributed so good yesterday. Not even just Heinicke through the air, Heinicke on the ground too with the read option and then pulling it down and running for 12. It was just an overall great game. Like, it's nothing wrong that we did in this game, right? The only problem for this whole game yesterday was maybe that Ron Rivera challenge that was pretty bad. Other than that, it was just a complete game for the second straight week, and that is so good to see, man. Because again, this team has the talent to be really, really good. It's all about us building consistency, trusting each other, and going out there and executing, man. How about Jonathan Bates with that big catch on 4th down? First, I know we talked about Taylor Heinicke's part of it, of running out, taking a hit, but how about John Bates digging one out of the ground? How about Adam Humphries and Dax Milne making some short minimum games? Everyone contributed on this in this victory on the offensive side of the ball. I don't want to talk about the defense today because they deserve their own separate video, just like the offense did, because both sides of the ball played so well, man. Man. And how about Scotty Turner? Now, I told you guys, man, everyone that's out there that didn't like Scott Turner, I'm highly critical of Scott because I expect excellence out of him. When Scott Turner makes a bad play call, I'm quick to say, yeah, that was bad. When Taylor Heinicke makes a bad play, I'm quick to say, because I'm not naive, I'm not biased. I call it what it is, and I call it the truth, man. Like that early play on the first drive where we did a rollout pass on 3rd down. Now, I can't see down the field, but from what I could see, it looked like the offensive line was run blocking, and then Taylor Heinicke rolled out to pass. And that was just a bad play design, play call by Scott Turner. But again, I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm sure it just wasn't executed how Scott Turner thought it should have been. So, I mean, that could be a play that's more, prone for the red zone and the goal line. Just not right there. But again, I was critical of him. When he did that, I said it was a bad play. But overall throughout the game. The only thing I could pick from Scott Turner that wasn't good was that, and then the last red zone drive that we had when we just was super conservative, where I wanted us to at least take one shot to the end zone, but we didn't. Those are the only two problems that I had with Scott Turner. Everything else was so good, man. And I told you guys, and I meant to make a video about this one the bye week, but the Denver Broncos, they are having some contingency plans for Nick Fangio when they fire him, if they do this offseason. And Scott Turner was one of the names that are potential head coaches for that job. Now, I don't know how true it is, but I saw it on the Denver Broncos fan page. And Scott Turner, believe it or not, may become a head coach sometime down in the future. Now, I don't know if it's this offseason, I don't know if it's next offseason, but sometime in the future, he is going to become a head coach, because this is the new wave of football. This is the new wave of head coaching. The young offensive-minded guys like Sean McVay and like Kyle Shanahan, like Cliff Kingsbury, and now eventually like Scott Turner, and maybe even Kevin O'Connell, the offensive coordinator in Los Angeles. So this is the new wave, so we gotta enjoy Scott Turner when we have him, because in a few years he may be gone. How about John Masco? I cannot celebrate him and ask for my man to get a raise enough. He has done a super great job with this offensive line, man. Are you kidding me? Wes Schweitzer had to become center, and it's like we didn't miss a beat. We already was without Chase Roulier for a year, and Tyler Larson got banged up. Hopefully that's not too bad. And then we ran out of centers. We had to put Wes Schweitzer at center, and he was so good. And then he got banged up, and we had to put Keith Ismail out there, and he didn't miss a beat. Then we had to put Cornelius Lucas at right tackle because Sam Cosmi went down again, man. It's just so good to see. It doesn't matter what combination is out there. They all seem to execute so well, man. So huge shout out to John Masco and his assistant too, man. They are doing a damn good job with this offensive line, man. I'm telling you, a lot of people are saying Hogs 2.0. I don't know about that, but man, this offensive line has played so well. Again, it doesn't matter what combination is out there. Heinicke is always going to be protected, and man, I cannot wait to see the boys hit the field again Monday night versus Seattle Seahawks. It is a big one, prime time, but we got to enjoy this one first. We have up until probably Wednesday, and then we now need to start turning our heads to Seattle. But for right now, celebrate this win, man, because the boys went out there and did it. Let me know how you guys feel about this video down below. This was a video to praise the offense. Tomorrow we're going to talk defense. So again, let me know how you guys feel about this game. Feel about the offense. Feel about the performance. As always, it's been your boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington football team. I'm out. Peace.
Give it!
Cost me one time. That's going to get you popped. Get you popped.